Nonconformities can occur in every process in the company, and the standard requires nonconforming outputs to be identified and controlled in order to prevent the nonconforming product reaching the customer. Nonconformities are further mentioned in the clause 10.2, but the focus of that clause is more on how the nonconformity will be resolved through corrective action, while this clause defines in details how nonconformity should be handled before initiating the corrective action. Control of nonconforming outputs is important because delivering a nonconforming product and services will lead to dissatisfaction of your customers and even penalties and lawsuits. Action to address nonconformities must be appropriate to the nature of the nonconformity and its effects on the product or services. Nonconforming outputs can be dealt in one or more following ways. Correction. In some cases, nonconformity can be removed by simple correction. For example, some parts of the toys produced by the company weren't glued properly, so they are sent for additional gluing. After correction, the company must verify that the corrected product is conforming to the original requirements. Segregation, containment, return, or suspension of provision of products and services. For example, during the food storage prior to delivery to a customer, storing temperature exceeded the aimed value, and this doesn't necessarily mean that the food is not fit for use, but the delivery process must be stopped, the food must be segregated from the other food and sent for analysis. Informing the customer. The company must determine if it's necessary to inform the customer about the nonconforming output. For example, if the company discovers the nonconformity after the product and services are delivered, or if the nonconformity will jeopardize delivery of products and services, and then obtaining the authorization for acceptance under concession. In some cases, delivery of nonconforming products and services can be allowed by the customer, and in such cases the customer must provide the company with an authorization prior to delivery. This usually happens when the nonconformity or deviation of product or services from the original requirements is small and doesn't significantly influence the product or services characteristics. These rules apply to all nonconforming outputs, and even to those that are discovered after delivery of products and services. The standard requires companies to keep record that describe nonconformity and actions taken to remove it. And this is usually done in the record called nonconformity record that must contain the name of the authority deciding on the actions taken in respect to the nonconformity.